Uncle speaking. Yes, I can solve your sales problem. You know where my office is at the Spaces, right? I'll see you there soon. I'm gonna have my coffee now. Bye.
Earning business. Going out there and grabbing the right attention. With effective engagement. Earning the relationship. Producing more sales. Increasing cash flow, multiplying annual revenue, producing higher profit margins, and a huge return on your investment capital.
Are you disciplined? What do I mean by that? You're probably asking, right? But you who are watching this video, I really want you to ask yourself this question. After I give you some information, are you disciplined? And let me share with you what I mean by discipline, because it's the most important thing you can do is to be disciplined. And what I mean by discipline, I mean mental discipline. What you think about and how you think. Why? Because whether you know this or not, and you have heard me talk about it a lot, your actions, your results, what you do, whether it's good results or bad results, comes and is tied to your thoughts, how you think and what you think. Now, with discipline and the way you think and how you think is going to determine the actions you take. Meaning whether you procrastinate or not, meaning whether you make excuses or not, meaning whether you only do the things you like to do and not doing the things that you have to do, that you must do, that you need to do, and you always make excuses and find reasons not to do it. That's mental discipline or the lack of the right mental discipline. Does that make sense? Now, if you look at and study a lot of successful people in whatever industry it may be, the number one thing they have in common is they're very disciplined. And that is very evident by the results and the actions they take. And so, how do you develop mental discipline or the right mental discipline? Is the way you train and the way you prepare your thoughts, your mind, how, and what you think. You probably never thought of that, right? You have to prepare. You have to train your mind. Just like any other muscle, your biceps, your triceps, your quads, anything. You have to train your mind. Because at the end of the day, there are going to be times we don't feel like doing anything. So what? You have to do it, regardless. There may be times where you made a commitment to get up to go work out and you don't feel like doing it. Guess what? That's when you have to do it. That's when you have to push it. You're starting a business. You're an entrepreneur. Guess what? You're responsible for everything. There may be things that you're not even qualified to do or you don't like to do. But guess what? You got to put the big R on and you got to embrace it and act and do it like you love doing it. Because no one else is going to do it for you. And there's nothing more valuable, nothing greater than having mental discipline. Does that make sense? Now just think about it. If you want to be a successful salesperson or a top salesperson, you got to have mental discipline. It's not easy becoming a top salesperson, but it's one of the most rewarding professions you could ever have or be part of. I know because I'm one of them. You want to be an entrepreneur and be successful, you have to have mental discipline. You want to be a successful business owner? Anything you do, you got to have mental discipline. Now, here's the other thing. You could be excited, you could be motivated, enthusiastic, wanting to be committed to whatever it is you want to do, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a sports, whether it's your business, whatever you're committed to, guess what? All of those things don't matter. They're short-term lived if you don't have strong mental discipline. So again, are you disciplined? And if you truly are not in different facets of your life, then you need to admit it, take responsibility, and then change it. And I'm going to share with you how you can change it. And before we dig deeper into this topic, do me a favor, smash the like button, share your comments, let me know if you agree or disagree, and share your thoughts. And also share the video with others. Now, so here's three things that I've learned to do when I realized that I lack discipline in certain parts of my life, if not all of my life, in my past life. Okay, and I had to crash in order for me to realize, you know what did I do wrong? What can I do to change it? Because in life there's a cause and there's an effect. So your mindset, the way you think and how you think is the cause. The effect is the action, the results, and what you produce or what you don't produce. It's either negative or positive, right? But there's always cause and effects because the way you think, if your mind and your thoughts are not disciplined, then you will fall for anything and the end result is going to be misery. That's it. Whether it's business, personal, sales, it doesn't matter. Discipline is number one. So, what can you do to improve and exercise that muscle so that you can change your life, so that you can change your business, so that you can change becoming a better entrepreneur or a more successful salesperson? Here's what you need to do. And here's what I did personally when I realized I lacked discipline in several areas of my life that were very important. Okay. Number one is you have to be committed to making the change in how you think and what you think and being disciplined about that every single day. Because remember, your actions are tied to your thoughts. So you have to change your thoughts because your actions won't change unless you change the cause, which is what and how you think. Does that make sense? So you have to be committed, which means you're going to run into challenges, you're going to run into roadblocks, you're going to run into attitudes from yourself because you're trying to change something that's already ingrained in you. But you're the only one that can change it. But you have to be committed to wanting to become more disciplined. What's the second thing you must do? And what I did to become more disciplined in my life and in my business and everything that I do. The second thing is you must and you have to starve out all of your distractions. Let me repeat that. You must and you have to starve out all of your distractions. No excuses. What are those distractions? Only you know that. But I'll give you some insights. You might be on social media too much during the day. You might be texting too much that has nothing to do with where you want to go or what you really want to accomplish. I don't text or email during my prime time of selling all day, every day. I don't do it. I'll either have my assistant do it or I'll do it at nighttime where there's no distractions. But you got to starve that out. The habits you have during the day, the way you think during the day. Also, people that are negative, people that don't lead you to your destination, whatever that may be. People can waste your time if you allow them to do that because only you control your time. So you got to starve those people out. If they're negative, get rid of them. You don't have to hate them or dislike them, just don't deal with them because nothing good comes from that. They will influence you more in their ways than you will influence them. That's just the way it is. So you got to starve out all of your distractions, whatever it may be, on whomever it may be. Period. The third thing you have to do is once you starve out your distractions and you replace all that negative stuff and the way you think, well, guess what? You have to replace it with something positive, right? Because if you don't, guess what happens? It always comes back, right? Does that make sense? So the third thing you have to do is you got to feed your focus, which means if you're committed and you're focused on that commitment and you're focused on changing and starving out those distractions so you could develop more discipline, then you have to know how to handle adversity, trials, problems, situations that are negative. And you have to embrace all of it with the right mindset, the right thinking. And that's going to allow you not to be distracted and focusing on the solution. Meaning, once you understand the cause, right, and you accept it, now you're going to be focused on changing the cause to produce the right results, which is what? To be more disciplined. These are simple things, but they're very hard to do. Why? Because everything is so fast in life, and we want a quick fix for everything. But it takes mental discipline and commitment to be patient, methodical, effective, to doing the right thing. Because guess what, guys? People get bored with the basics, just the way it is. That's life. That's the society we live in. Does that make sense? So, again, are you disciplined? And whatever you lack in discipline, then you need to change it because it's only going to benefit you and those that are involved with you. So it's not just you, it's a trickle effect or domino effect or compound effect. Does that make sense? Again, are you disciplined? And here are the three things, just to recap, the three things you need to do that I did that work for you to become more disciplined. Number one is you have to be committed to changing the way you think and how you think so that you could discipline your mind in overcoming everything that you need to overcome. So you can not make excuses anymore. So that you can produce better results and live a happier life. So that's the commitment. Number two is you must and have to starve out all of your distractions. There's not even a thought about that. It's something you must do and have to do for your benefit. I do it, but this is for you. Then the third thing is you got to feed your focus. Stay focused through your discipline, through the commitment, starving out everything that's not good for you, that's not healthy for you, that won't lead you to your destination, whatever that destination may be. Does that make sense? Anyway, guys, just want to share with you things that have helped me and how I've been able to overcome certain things that were weak in my life before. But if you like this, again, share your comments, share your thoughts. Whether you agree or disagree, let me know. Subscribe and also share this video with others that you believe